In the fertile yet secluded lands of Adams, Tennessee, the Bell family lived a modest life on their expansive farm. John Bell, a stern yet fair man, was well respected in the community. Beside him stood his wife, Lucy, a gentle soul known for her compassionate heart. Together, they raised their children, among whom Betsy, the youngest daughter, shone with her vibrant spirit and curiosity. The tranquility of their lives was shattered one late harvest evening in 1817, as John encountered a chilling sight in the cornfields. A bizarre creature, with the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit, stared back at him with piercing yellow eyes before vanishing without a trace. John shook off the unsettling feeling, dismissing it as fatigue from a long day's work. However, that night marked the beginning of a series of inexplicable events. Sounds of knocking and scratching emanated from the walls of their home, and whispers filled the night air, too low to discern, but too persistent to ignore. The family initially tried to rationalize these occurrences, blaming them on animals or the wind, but the phenomena only intensified, growing in both frequency and malevolence. Betsy became the focus of the entity's torment. She would wake with bruises dotting her arms, and the sound of her name being hissed in her ear by an unseen force. The physical attacks escalated rapidly, leaving the family desperate and fearful for their daughter's well-being. As the haunting continued, the entity began to communicate using discernible speech, expressing anger and resentment towards certain family members, particularly John and Betsy. The voice, both malevolent and cunning, claimed to be the witch of a neighbor with whom John had a bitter dispute years prior. The entity, which the locals began to call the Bell Witch, revealed intimate details of the family's lives and the secrets of the community, sowing distrust. It sang hymns, quoted scripture, and engaged in intelligent conversation, its voice echoing through the house at all hours, chilling the spines of all who heard it. One night, in a terrifying display of power, the witch pulled Betsy from her bed as her family watched helplessly. The air filled with the girl's screams and the sinister laughter of the witch. John, driven to the brink, sought help from local figures and even attempted an exorcism, but nothing could alleviate the suffering inflicted upon his family. As word of the haunting spread, curious visitors, including notable figures like General Andrew Jackson, ventured to the Bell farm. Legend has it that even Jackson's carriage was immobilized by an unseen force as he approached the property, prompting him to exclaim, "By the Eternal, I saw nothing, but I shall not fight an American witch." The Bell Witch's torment continued unabated until John Bell's mysterious and untimely death in 1820. It was whispered that he had been poisoned by the witch, as a vial of unknown liquid was found by his bedside, which the witch later claimed to have administered. After his death, the activity around the farm decreased, and Betsy's physical torments ceased. However, the psychological scars remained, etched deep into her soul. Betsy eventually moved away, marrying a childhood friend who had stood by her through the ordeal. The witch's voice faded over time but was never truly silenced, promising to return in 7 years. She kept her promise, appearing briefly to John Bell's son, John Bell Jr., to discuss the past and future, including predictions of the Civil War and other significant events. The haunting of the Bell Witch left an indelible mark on the community and became a tale of caution among those who dared to speak of it. The farm remained in the Bell family for generations, each recounting the chilling tales of their ancestors and the wrath of the witch they had faced. Today, the story of the Bell Witch continues to captivate the imagination and fear of those who hear it, a timeless reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the most ordinary facades, waiting to emerge under the right or perhaps wrong circumstances.